welcome to another episode of Cuppa Talk. I am Brianna. We also have
Nita.
And Jasmine.
Alright, so let's just jump right into it. You know, all the things on Instagram these days. All the different butts on Instagram these days. But the real question is, do you strive to be an Instagram baddie?
For me personally, I don't really consider myself an Instagram baddie. Like, I go over like the whole overall your pictures, and I just look at it like just memories that I just thought it was really thought it was really a good time for me to post, like that I really like too. And I try to express myself with like how I post pictures just with my friends and like just with me and what I personally am passionate about. But yeah, I am not an Instagram baddie for sure. Yes.
I feel like between all three of us, Jasmine's the one to
Yes, would you like to give us your thought about that?
Do you think that you're an Instagram baddie?
I do not think I'm an Instagram baddie.
Why not?
I think that I like taking pictures, and there's nothing else but myself to take pictures of, and my dog. If you notice, I take a lot of pictures of my dog.
Yeah, you do.
And I have an awesome ring light, so why not put ring light, me, and my dog on my Instagram?
So do you think that being called an Instagram baddie is bad?
It kind of has a bad connotation nowadays. So,
Nowadays, it
yeah.
does.
Yeah. So, like, what examples of, like, Instagram baddie would you give? Like, just posting, like, naked pictures?
okay.
Or, like, just bikinis all the time? Or, like, I
Do you
don't
guys know who Katia Henry is?
No.
Fuck. Her body is unreal. Let me show them her body, 'cause it's freaking unreal.
I would like to see
She's
this.
my, like, woman crush.
Oh.
Do you guys have woman crushes?
Oh, yeah.
Phoebe
Katia.
Tompkins.
Who?
Phoebe Tompkins.
I don't know who that is.
That's
I
Katia.
need to show you, too.
She's the ultimate Instagram baddie.
Okay, I want to see this.
Okay, I see.
Oh, my God.
Big butts.
Damn.
She's pretty.
Big boobs.
She's pretty.
She has no boobs.
She doesn't?
No.
They're pretty.
A
They're pretty
little
alright.
bit.
She.
It seems like she's really passionate about
Fitness.
fitness.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, with health, I think she just tries to motivate people.
Mhm.
That's
If
what
my
her
butt
point
looked
is.
like that, I would do that too. Look at that. Okay. Anyways.
But yeah, probably her, like, aim is to try to motivate people to, like,
Her
be
aim
healthy.
is to make money with that body. Jesus.
Well, that too, but also, like, her positive motive is just to make people, just exercise and, like, be healthy, just like how she's trying to aim to be, like, very determined of, like, how to shape her figure, which is a really good observation on that, too, like.
Have you guys seen Legally Blonde?
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes of it.
Okay. Well, the case that she ends up winning was with that chick who was a fitness person.
Yeah.
And she admitted that she was willing to be okay. The fitness lady, she was willing to be guilty. I don't know.
Yeah, she was willing to be guilty of the crime of committing
Murder against her husband
because
she didn't want the world to know that as a fitness guru, she actually got liposuction. And that just goes to tell you that shit goes real far. I mean, jeez.
Well, I mean, if that's, like, what you base your career on,
That's true. But she also had a rich husband.
Yeah, I know, but, like, it's kind of like, oh, you have a rich husband, but you also have an identity, you know what I mean? And if that's your whole identity, then maybe it pushes people to be...
That's true. But I don't know about murder.
No, yeah. Well, she was innocent, she just didn't
Because her little stepdaughter killed her own daddy. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I watched the movie, I was like, really? Like, I thought it was going to be more empowering, because I literally just watched it last week.
Wow.
Yeah, for the first time. I thought it was going to be more empowering, as in, like, she was going to go to law school because people stereotyped her because she was blonde. But she literally went because her boyfriend that she thought was going to propose to her broke up with her.
Mm-hmm.
So she tried to prove a point.
Girl. And then he wanted her back. But see, guys are stupid.
That's a 2000s movie, though. I mean, like, what can you expect?
I need to watch that.
That's our cult classic.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? I wonder what this generation's cult classic will be. You know, the one that they're talking about?
I don't know.
Me either.
I mean, I guess they're not old enough to have one yet. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on.
Was that okay? I felt like we could have, like... It's like...
Because Instagram baddies are just
know.
annoying to talk about. Like, oh, you look good, you post pictures, you make money.
Yeah.
Flat tummy tea, oh, bitch.
Moving on. What are some of the things that your parents do that annoy you, or when you, say, move out and stuff like that, you're not going to bring with you?
Oh, I got something that annoys my parents. So, like, I really hate it. Like, this is, like, the typical, like, Mexican type of parents, you know? Like...
Don't talk too loud, your parents might hear you.
That is actually true. Well, anyway, like, they probably need to know this anyway. It's just, like, why? Like, I just don't know. So, we don't use our dishwasher. Like, that is the number one, like, hack in life to use. And I always wonder, like, why don't we use that? And they're like, oh, no, it's broken. But no, they just lied the whole time. All we use is just all our freaking containers in there and, like, our dishes in there. I'm like, are you kidding me? It just pisses me off. Like, when I live in my own house, I am using my dishwasher. That's gonna be, like, a life, like, makes my life so much easier. So, what are the things that annoy you?
Well, my parents, literally, they do this to this day. We'll get mail, and you know when you get offers, like credit offers, and you know it's junk, they literally hold on to the mail until, like, we've gone through so many shredders because we've had mail from, like, the 2000s in our garage still, because it has important information, but literally just has their name and their address, and that's it. And I tell them every single time, and they still don't do it. I don't know what the problem is. They literally just can't take 2 steps to throw it in the trash can, and I don't get it. I really don't.
What about you, Jasmine?
I'm thinking. My parents are pretty cool. I mean, my mom...
There has to be, like, something, like a
Yeah.
little something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna... my mom is always, like, telling me, like, put away your shoes. Like, I mean, that's a little... my mom calls me, like, 20 times a day, but, I mean, I like talking to her.
Whoa. You got pretty cool parents then, it sounds like
I
it.
mean, I have a mom and a stepdad, so...
Okay.
And he tries to appease my mom by being nice to me, so yeah. I mean, if you want to know about my real dad, that would be a fun story to tell you.
Oh,
Just
me
kidding,
too.
it's not a story.
Yeah,
What did my father do? My father does nothing because my father is not around. So
Me too. Preach. I have a stepdad too.
Have you guys seen this thing yet?
What? Sound like a dance move?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, you've seen it now.
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay.
I haven't.
Anyways, I think it's kind of rude to make a child and not be in that person's life, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Okay.
We'll get into it.
She's about to type that
Yeah, she's on it right after this episode. She's like, next topic, dumb. Like, oh yeah, like another thing that annoys me, he just mistakes me, like, as my dog sometimes.
What?
He calls me at, like, my dog, like, me, like, my dog's name, like, oh, go take out Nado. No, oh, no, it's Sandy. I'm like, are you serious? I'm not joking, he does. It's just crazy. I'm like, how can you mistake me to a dog? I don't know. Yeah.
Awkward.
I know.
I don't think you can describe that as anything but awkward.
I know, right? It's just, wow, I'm not a human to you. I'm a dog.
Anyways, we should move on.
Yeah.
So moving on to something a little bit heavier, Texas lawmakers are working on passing a law that criminalizes women who get abortions by sentencing them to the death penalty. According to the Huffington Post, many believe that it is for religious rights and make people more responsible because it isn't a backup choice. What do you guys think?
I don't want those crazy Republicans coming after me.
Personally, I think I'm really shocked. Like, even, like, it's like, how can this even be
A choice like that.
like a topic
Yeah.
to even kind of ponder on, you know what I mean? It's just...
Sent them to death penalty? That's just crazy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, I remember reading, like, sir, like, just say, like, a woman's trying to get an abortion, right? And then they just denied her, and then they're just like, this lady's like, okay, well, since you're denying me, can I get money to care my child? And they're just like, no. And then she's like, well, then I lost, I'm, like, homeless now, so can I get, like, some support? And they're just like, no. So, like, how, like, I think giving abortion, allowing abortion just helps, like, her giving, like, doesn't leave her child to just be like that, because then she's struggling at the same time. So that's just ridiculous how she's trying to get an abortion and then just send her death penalty just for trying to prevent her child from living in a cruel world where she can't support, you know? So that's just, I totally disagree on that topic. That's just outrageous. Like, I hope that doesn't pass through here, or
I really don't. Yeah. But I think it's, for it being a backup choice, I don't think it's necessarily abortion that's going to fix that and making people more responsible in their sex lives. But if you deny people the support and the resources and just being more knowledgeable about, hey, what can I do to prevent pregnancy, instead of taking it into a negative tone, because I feel like if you think about it negatively, if you think about sex negatively, then it's kind of like, well, we all do it, but, you know, you're not supposed to. It's kind of like a negative thought. And then when you do end up pregnant and you want to get an abortion, then you pretty much are written off. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I agree on that. Any thoughts, Jasmine?
I think that's, if my biggest thing is Texas is full of Republicans. Republicans want small government, but why do they feel the need to be in somebody's private life when you want to limit what we do with the government? So from the get-go, they just want to be effing annoying. So abortion is none of your business. What a woman does with her body is nobody's business. And on top of that, death penalty? Really?
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of like, it's like
abortion for,
so you don't kill a baby, but you're going to kill the mom.
Not even a baby. There's a certain point where I would call it a baby, honestly. Yeah. When it's at a certain
they're
point,
saying from the article that an embryo is
of
living.
cells, and it feels pain. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And even if it was up to a point where it was something replicatable to a baby, I mean, somebody who's on drugs, that baby's going to come out with, like, alcohol, what is it, fetal alcohol syndrome? Like, it's just not fair. That kid's going to be in, what do you call those?
Intensive care units.
So they're going to go to the ICU. They're going to go to foster care. Foster care children, like, there's, like, a high percentage of them who get raped. They end up in the streets. It's just not fair.
Yeah,
like,
it's just not fair.
All because somebody can have an abortion because she's scared to get the death penalty. It just does not make sense. But that's also, like, highly debatable. So you never want to put too much of your own opinion out there because people will attack you. So all I gotta say is I wish the best to those who do and practice safe sex. Do what you can, get those birth controls on, you girls.
Actually, it shocked me because I went to a different hospital or a different doctor, and I went to one that was close by my house, and my house is in the area of a major church, and my first thing was like, hey, can I get birth control? And I thought I thought that every doctor would have those means of giving birth control, but this church in particular didn't. Or no.
Hospital.
This hospital in particular didn't, because its major contributor was the church. And since the church's belief was you can't have premarital sex, they didn't offer birth control. But where I live, there is a ton of kids like my age, girls my age, with like 3 or 4 babies. Like, and I was like, how can you not get the support from the community, live in a neighborhood that's already kind of bad, and have to deal with the repercussions of you making certain decisions at a certain time, or something happen and you end up pregnant. Like, how are you supposed to kind of better the community, better how people perceive or go about sex?
Yeah, you're just like basically on your own when you have a baby, and then they just like say, oh yeah, well, like, good luck with that, and like you're just like, dude, I had an option and you didn't give it to me. Like, how can I support this if you're not supporting me at all? Like, it's just crazy. I totally disagree on how they just don't offer you like protection like that. Like, at ahead of time, you're just like, you just prepare yourself before than giving an abortion, but using birth control, which is more smarter. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then most religions don't even support birth control. So
What about a married couple who's already had kids and don't want any more? Are they allowed to use birth control? Is that an option? Because there's plenty who feel the need to still like get it on to keep it intimate, exactly. But they don't want to have any more kids.
Yeah.
Like, geez, do we not think about them?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Do we not think about the 15-year-olds who watch porn on their computer and just want to do it?
Yeah.
They don't know how it works because I'm sure what they're watching isn't safe sex.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I think that like sex in general, the way that we talk about it, it needs to be more open and more positive, and that depends with like every family. Like my parents,
and that's hard because it ties
never
into religion. It ties into religion. It ties into your own personal beliefs. It ties into the family you're raised in. It ties into your culture. So it's a taboo thing. It's probably going to always stay taboo. But as a generation, I think we're a little more open than they were before.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So,
and then if we're more open and we talk about it, then
there's a rise in STDs because of the openness, though. So
yes,
doesn't mean don't be safe. So.
Don't be safe. Yes.
Yeah, always be safe. Cover it up.
Don't be silly. Wrap your willy. There's
That's
another one.
Yeah.
You guys know the other one? Man, we should leave every episode with like something to think about for them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't have to do it tonight because it's getting late. But like the next one, like here's a quote. Okay. But like we should have leave it with a quote, something that kind of ties into the episode. That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that for the next one. Thanks for hanging out, guys, here on Cuppa Talk. This was episode 4, and I hope to see you guys again next week.